think sometimes as Christians, we can tend to idealize community. What I mean by that is we can look at the example of community in the early church, those first Christians in Jerusalem, and we can read about how they shared everything in common and how there were no needs among them, how they broke the bread and listened to the teachings of the apostles. And we can start to maybe think, oh, I guess Christian community is easy. But if you've ever been part of any community, even a Christian community, you realize that's not the case. Even the best Christian communities, a parish, a church, a small group, it can be really messy. There can be disagreements, there can be rivalries, there can be dissensions, there can be moments where relationships are hurt and broken. And even in our parishes or churches, of course, we all want them to be more welcoming. But when we say something like, all are welcome, we need to be prepared for all types of people to come, including those that maybe we disagree with, including those who maybe are really hard to live with. Community is messy, even Christian community. But we shouldn't get discouraged. See, St. Paul knew that Christian community was really difficult, but he also knew that it was necessary. And so in Paul's different letters to these churches, these different communities, often his message is something like, get your act together. Because in these early communities, there were all the things that we deal with. There was dissensions and disagreements and anger and rivalries and different camps and all the things. But St. Paul knew that those Christians had to work at making that community something beautiful. And so this is what he says in this month's Word of Life to the community in Corinth. He says, finally, brothers and sisters, farewell. Put things in order. Listen to my appeal. Agree with one another. Live in peace, and the God of love and peace will be with you. Put things in order. Another way to say that would be to mend your ways. It's actually the same word that is used in the Gospels when Jesus walks along the Sea of Galilee and he sees James and John mending their nets. What a beautiful image for us on how to work at community. Think about a fisherman who's all night trying to catch fish, and he's using these big nets. And of course, after a night of work, there's going to be some damage to those nets. There's going to be places where there's some tears, some places where maybe some of the threads have weakened. And he has to repair the net for it to be effective the next night. And so the fisherman is going to take time and intention and energy to get down and to examine the net and to fix what needs to be fixed. In the same way, when we mend our ways as a Christian community, we examine it and we say, are there broken places? Where have things become weakened? Maybe where are things less effective because of hurting relationships? And like the fisherman, we take the time and the energy and the love to fix those places, to say we're sorry, to ask for a fresh start, to forgive those that we need to forgive, to maybe listen to somebody that we disagree with, or maybe to make space in our hearts and our lives for someone that we don't understand. Those are ways that we can mend the nets of our communities so that they can be effective. Because what's the point of Christian community? It's to witness to Jesus for the whole world. And that is so worth it. It's worth the messiness, and it's worth taking time to mend our ways. Maybe this month we can look at our Christian communities, whatever they are, and we can say, where do I need to do some mending? maybe I need to do some repairs this month. And it's going to take some energy, it's going to take some effort, but it's worth it because the God of love and peace will be with us, and we can witness to the world to the beauty and the power of Jesus. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to keep up with other great content to help you live your life of unity with God and with one another, make sure you subscribe to Focolare Media so that you can continue to live your divine adventure.